What's up, everybody? My name is Amanda, and you're watching Girl Gone Keto. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and checking out today's video. I have got some fresh stuff happening around here. If you can't tell, I have a new background situation. Little shiplap wall, DIY by the way. I also have some fresh hair, some bangs, or a fringe, depending on where you are in the world. You might call that something different. I also have a fresh video for you all today. This is my first ketogenic grocery haul, not an Amazon haul. I did one haul from Amazon a while ago on my channel. I'll make sure to link it up here in the cards for you. But a grocery store, I went there, I shopped, I got the goods, I brought them home, and I can't wait to share what I found. All right, you guys, let's start with the good stuff here. I love this Rebel ice cream. I was a diehard ice cream girl before I went keto, and there was no way I was going to survive the ketogenic lifestyle if there was not a substitute. So I have never been more grateful for this brand right here. I know a lot of people like the Enlightened brand, but I prefer the taste of Rebel to Enlightened. I have tried it, but again, not my preference. So this is my special treat that I will have in moderation, my friends, moderation. I love sun butter. I did not realize that sunflower seeds had a butter. It's got a pretty decent profile when it comes to keto 18 fat, 2 net carb, and the serving size is 2 tablespoons. So like peanut butter, but without the nuts. And I have ranch dressing. This is Primal Kitchen ranch dressing and marinade made with avocado oil. So as you can see here, it is Whole30, keto, paleo, no soy or canola, no dairy, and sugar free for 2 tablespoons. Decent amount of fat, low carb, and no protein. As you can see here, this is what I love. The first ingredient is avocado oil. So for those of you who are trying to increase your health by limiting your bad oils, this is a great dressing option. Now, this is something I have never tried before. Sticky Fingers sugar-free barbecue sauce. I did not read the ingredients, and as you will see here, it does contain sucralose, which is a name for Splenda. I have not tried this yet. It is unopened, but again, it will probably be something I use in moderation. Now, Rouse, this is the pasta sauce that I use die hard. It is for a half a cup. You got 5 carbs. There is added sugar in it. When you start looking at the ingredients and you start looking at the nutrition label on sauce, you will quickly see just how much sugar gets added to these. And so I use this one because from what I can tell, the sugar total is quite low. So this is my number 1 sauce that I use when I eat pasta. And yes, I do eat pasta on keto. Speaking of pasta, quote unquote, behold my pasta selection. I have 4 options here. The first one is the Pasta Zero spaghetti by the brand Nasoya. These are the noodles that I'm sure you have seen all over YouTube and the internet. These are the ones that you drain and rinse and heat either in a dry skillet or you parboil them. They have a little bit of a smell to them, and that smell, if I'm honest, does translate a bit to the flavor for me. Please don't get me wrong. I think that they taste fine, but they're not my favorite. My favorite are actually right back there. This is the Miracle Noodle, organic, ready to eat, paleo and keto, gluten-free, non-GMO, and vegan certified. You can eat this entire bag for 2 grams of carbohydrates. That's net carbs. The Pasta Zero has a little bit of a higher carb count than that. I want to say this whole packet is 4 carbs, whereas this whole packet is 2 carbs. So there's a little bit of a difference there. Also, when you start looking at the ingredients here in the Miracle Noodle is a smaller list than in the Pasta Zero. So let me show you that real quick. Okay, when you look at this right here, the ingredients in the Miracle Noodle is water, organic cognac flour, and citric acid. But when you look over here, this one is water, cognac flour, chickpea flour, potato starch, and calcium calcium hydroxide. Just looking at the ingredient list right there, it's no wonder to me why this one is a little bit higher in carbohydrate than the Miracle Noodle. And I'm wondering if that chickpea flour is not also part of the reason why it has the earthy sort of smell, as well as the potato starch. Honestly, it's a root vegetable, so that makes sense. The thing I love most about the Miracle Noodle is that these noodles absorb whatever flavor you put them in. So if you're gonna make pasta, when you cook your pasta and you add your sauce to it, it's not lying to you. It will absorb the flavor of whatever you put in there. I started purchasing Pasta Zero because for a while the Miracle Noodle was not available at the store, and the Pasta Zero was the only thing that was holding me down through the pandemic. So thank you, Pasta Zero, for holding me down and for continuing to produce your product in the middle of the pandemic. And to Miracle Noodle, thank you for bringing your product back. What I see here, at least in my local Publix, is you have the Miracle Noodle, but then you also have the Miracle Rice, which, honest to goodness, you guys, it's the same exact thing, but in tiny little bits, just like rice. Looking at the back, all of this is the same because it's really the same stuff, you guys. And could I perhaps just buy the angel hair pasta and chop it up into tiny little bits? Sure. But would I rather buy it already done and ready for me? Yes. Anyway, so if you are on the market for a pasta replacement, this I have to recommend. Miracle Rice, Miracle Noodle. This is amazing. Amazing stuff. Last but certainly not least, let's talk about palmini. Essentially, it is hearts of palm acting or cut into lasagna sheets. It's got 4 carbs per serving and 20 calories. So when we're looking at the ingredients here, palmini is a pasta substitute made out of a natural plant known as hearts of palm. When this plant is cut and cooked in the proper way, its resemblance to regular pasta is remarkable. And it tells you exactly how to prepare them here on the back. So you rinse and drain the sheets, you prepare your lasagna like normal, you bake it, and you eat it. And it does say that if you want a softer texture, you need to drain it and then boil it for 5 to 10 minutes or until it softens a little bit. And I can say for sure that if you just use it straight out of the can, it does have a firmer texture. It's not gonna mimic a lasagna noodle perfectly, but it does the job and really hits the spot when you're feeling like you need some comfort food that's hot. If you're missing pasta, if you're missing a sort of casserole type dish, try one of these 4 products and see if it doesn't hit the spot for you. Also, guacamole. I recently came across these. These are pre-packaged portioned cups of guacamole. Yes, I know avocados are good for you. Yes, I know that they're keto approved, but your girl could sit there and put down some guac if she's not careful. I started picking these up when they went on sale and I decided to give them a try, and I have 0 regrets. So 10 grams of fat, 2 net carbs per cup, and 1 gram of protein. So not too shabby, and I like that it's easy to take on the go for me, and being able to pack a little lunch with some guacamole in it is always awesome. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, I do eat these along with my guacamole. When it is taco night, all bets are off. Just kidding. I do try to keep my carb content low, and so I will get some sort of low carb tortilla and use that to eat at least one sort of traditional taco. Other times I will just treat it like a bowl, like from Chipotle or something like that. All right, you guys, don't come for me about my frozen vegetables. I'm just one adult living in my house with my daughter, and I cannot eat fresh produce fast enough. So finding an option that is frozen and that stays good for a long time and doesn't turn to complete mush once you cook it is awesome. I like the Greenwise, which is their organic brand cauliflower. This is an option to steam in the bag. I seldom prepare it that way. I often will cook it in the recipe manner that I'm using it in. So I will follow the instructions in whatever recipe I am using this for. The ingredients: organic cauliflower. And when you look at the carb content, you have 3 net carbs for 1 1/4 cup. There's about 3.5 servings per container. So you're not looking too shabby. Anyway, don't sleep on frozen vegetables. As I understand it, they retain their nutrients well and they last a long time without adding a bunch of preservatives. Some pistachio nuts. I like getting these single serve packs because I could eat way more of these than I probably should at any given time. So these just help me with portion control. So it's worth the extra money to me to buy these little packs, but I typically only buy that when they are on sale. Moving on to the sweeteners of choice that I use, I have allulose as well as Swerve. The types of Swerve I like to pick up are the brown sugar, the granular, which is hard to see because I did have to open that before I filmed this video, and also the confectioners. A lot of the keto recipes that you might try to make at home for various desserts will call for one or more of these types of ketogenic sweetener replacements. And so these are my go-tos. I have a cake mix here from Swerve Sweets. I don't just make cakes and eat them on the regular, but if I'm gonna have a special event, I like to have one of those on hand. And then liquid allulose I find helpful in both recipes and for coffee. I use sugar-free whipped cream often in my desserts. And then I use heavy whipping cream in my recipes and also in coffee. And so those two things right there are a staple in my house. Almost forgot about Birch Bender's pancake mix. This is ketogenic, 5 grams of carbohydrate. I use these when we do special occasion breakfasts in our house. Things like Christmas time, Thanksgiving time, we like to have big breakfasts, or if it's someone's birthday, something like that. My whole family is mostly ketogenic, but not my extended family. So we will make regular pancakes for them, and then for those of us who are ketogenic, we will make these for us. I cannot forget about my favorite yogurt of all time. The brand is Too Good, and I always get it in the vanilla flavor. 2 grams of sugar in each cup. You can see the calories there, the carbs there, the protein there. There's no sugar added. And actually, I was turned on to that by Matt and Mega from Keto Connect. So shout out to them, heyo. Last but certainly not least in the food end of things is this bread that I found in the frozen section. Original keto bread, base culture. What got me was that it says pure paleo ingredients, grain-free, gluten-free, preservative-free, and dairy-free. When I looked at the ingredients, it does have eggs and almonds. It is wheat-free and does not have vital wheat gluten, doesn't have any of the other ingredients that a lot of ketogenic breads often have in them that really just cause them to be more on the inflammatory side of things. But I think because this is mostly considered paleo food, you're in the clear here. These were ingredients that I could really get behind, and I do freeze this. I have not eaten it yet, but I cannot wait to try it. I will let you know how this tastes and give it a try and come back to you on that. Zevia, you have heard me talk about those in my Amazon haul. I recently discovered this cream soda flavor and I love it. And then I also came across these guys, this section here. This is True Lemon, if I can zoom it out here. True Lemon with caffeine, wild blackberry pomegranate flavor. What I liked about these is it has a little bit of caffeine. There are 6 packets inside of this box, and it is sweetened with stevia. I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at these ingredients. When I'm needing a little pick-me-up in my day, I will add one of these to some water and give that a go. Next, ketogenic shakes that, if I'm understanding it correctly, are completely vegan. Oh, look, there it is right there. Gluten-free and vegan. You can drink this whole thing, serving size 1 bottle for 200 calories, 2 carbs, and a great profile of fat and protein. They have it in this cake batter flavor, chocolate brownie flavor. Love it. That is the ketogenic food haul from Publix. If you have a Publix near you, be sure to check these out the next time you go shopping. Well, thank you so much for checking out today's video. I was super excited to share this with you guys today. I know the format's a little bit different than what I normally make, but I'm branching out. We're trying some new things. You know, new year, it all goes together. Anyway, be sure to give this video a like. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified anytime I upload new content. Thanks for checking out today's video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye! Let me address the elephant in the room. New hair, who dis? I make ketogenic, quote unquote, quote unquote. But yeah, so we're just shaking things up around here. Ooh, it's looking a little funny. Yeah. Oh, crazy. Okay. Also, my lighting is a little crazy today, but I'm just gonna deal with it. No, I'm not gonna say that.